I grew up with the philosophy that sport can help you become a better person. And I want to be remembered as somebody who used their tennis to impact other people. I'll take that. These are the courts I grew up playing on. When I was a kid, my dad and I were looking for us or whatever. You knew we'd probably be out here on this first court.
When Coco Gauff signed, the tennis world froze with Rolex. Not because it was not anticipated, but because it was enormous. An agreement such as this doesn't simply occur. Rolex is not a company that follows the buzz. Legacy is crowned by it. Moreover, at the age of 21, Coco Gauff has officially joined the same league as Serena, Federer, and Woods, Tiger. However, as soon as the announcement fell, an odd thing occurred. The festivities soon shifted to quiet. A few players gave her congratulations. Others simply vanished from the spotlight. Because when a single athlete climbs so quickly, it does more than merely motivate. People are shaken by it. So what actually occurred in the background of this historic agreement? Is Coco's achievement rubbing folks the wrong way, or is it just silence masquerading as jealousy?
Tell me about your ambitions in tennis.
What do you mean?
It struck loudly and early. Coco Gauff is formally collaborating with Rolex. Not a cameo, rather than a single campaign in alignment with the most illustrious name in elegant timepieces. The identical brand that stood next to Federer's grace and Serena's power. Timelines for overnight, filled with Coco's face adjacent to that crown emblem. Additionally, the subtext was impossible to overlook. Rolex doesn't pursue patterns. Eras are anointed. This wasn't concerning a photo shoot or a salary. It was an indication that Coco had passed an invisible line connecting the rising star to cultural standard.
Remarkable. She's the youngest qualifier in history, and now she's about to compete against her idol, Venus Williams.
It felt like a storybook.
Her game is so calm and so focused.
I just remember not looking at the scoreboard the entire match because I didn't want to see her name. The hardest points of the match were the match points. It felt like I was holding my breath. I don't want to be known as the girl who got close.
It was portrayed on sports pages as the future. Arriving on time, fashion retailers regarded it as a coronation. Even casual admirers who don't watch much tennis knew what it meant. Rolex is careful to choose who it lets into its mythology. Because of this, the air altered. Because when a company that taps a 21-year-old speaks in decades, everyone else needs to consider what have they been doing with their time. However, not everyone participated in the festivities, and the tour's tranquil areas revealed a different tale. When the news about Rolex broke, the response in tennis was explosive. Social media was inundated with fans. With enthusiasm, journalists hurried to write headlines and companies rushed to Coco, congrats.
I was 10 in this picture. It was a big deal because to tell somebody you're a national champion, they think you're legit. When I kind of made my name in the sport at Wimbledon 2019, this is one of the dresses that I wore throughout.
However, something else beneath the applause began to move. Quiet, the type of stillness that only occurs when individuals. I'm not sure how to react. Additionally, no. Aryna was drowned out by quiet. Sabalenka's. Typically, Aryna is everywhere, sharing her exercise routines, honoring her victories, demonstrating her character both on and off the field. However, nothing happened after Coco's announcement. No tale, without a description or even a like, just radio quiet. And at that point, fans began making the connections. Funny how, suddenly, Aryna is silent one. Read the comment. Another made a joke, perhaps. She is awaiting a call from Casio. Part truth, part humor, since everyone felt it. This transaction didn't just raise Coco. It changed the equilibrium of power in tennis for women.
I just enjoyed the fact that, everything is on your racket, your terms. My first tournament that I won, I was 8. It was Little Mo in New York City. It was the first time that I felt like I could do something far in this sport.
Rolex doesn't distribute alliances like gift bags. They select legends and icons. They stand for accuracy, grace, and legacy. Serena, Tiger, Federer, and now. That placement struck a different note, Coco. Since Aryna's developed her career on unrelenting energy and unadulterated supremacy. Under duress, Coco created hers with grace and effortless influence. She's the type of athlete who doesn't have to yell at, be observed. She simply is. And that's silence. Brands want to be confident. Thus, when Coco's face emerged next, the golden crown wasn't merely a commercial transaction. It was a message, declaration that read, "This is the future." Additionally, certain athletes who are observing from the sidelines that insight hurt not because they don't value her, but because they secretly know such moments are rare. In tennis, timing is crucial. At this point, Coco Gauff's timing couldn't be more flawless. Rolex doesn't collaborate with athletes. They collaborate with legacies. Each name associated with that golden crown symbolizes more than just victories and awards. It involves accuracy, self-control, and a timeless elegance that money cannot purchase. And Coco Gauff did just that. Embodies. She's not another gifted athlete. She represents what the upcoming generation of athletes is expected to resemble. When Rolex introduced it wasn't about luxury in the campaign video or rank. It has to do with origins. Coco was shown in the first image, standing on the Delray Beach, has the same shattered quartz. Her narrative started in Florida. Voiceover calm, slow pictures. I grew up on these courts. This is where my father and I spent every day. That line struck a new note. Was genuine and not just marketing gibberish. Grounded and incredibly intimate. Next, the video cut to her dad, remembering how, at one point, young Coco expressed her desire to be the GOAT after witnessing Serena's supremacy. The Open in Australia.
She's about 5 or 6 years old, and we were watching Australian Open. Serena wins. I remember saying, man, she's going to be the GOAT. And she said, what is the GOAT? I said, that's the greatest of all time. She's like, I want to be a GOAT. So I ran out and bought a racket. That's kind of how it all started.
That one early spark became the fire that is currently visible. Rolex didn't just observe a winner. They witnessed a tale that represented their own ideology, discipline, reliability, and development via time. Every picture in that video felt intentional. No flashy effects, no excessive glitz, only genuineness. A family, a girl pursuing her dreams, that had faith, as well as a brand that recognizes that excellence is developed, not purchased. This is what sets Coco apart from. She doesn't require everyone else on tour to perform in order to establish her value. Does it for her already. Approachable but ambitious, modest but unwaveringly self-assured. She's ideal. Manifestation of what contemporary excellence appears to be. Rolex acknowledged that right away, since to them, Coco isn't. She's only selling watches. Time dedicated to training, faith, failing, developing, and ultimately succeeding. And when you consider it, there couldn't be more ideal. Coco's, Rolex's message, and the voyage share the same heartbeat, accuracy, tolerance, and goal. This agreement wasn't merely about money. The message was important because when Rolex selected Coco Gauff, they weren't simply signing a different athlete, establishing a new era in a sport frequently split between etiquette and dominance. Coco stands for harmony, the uncommon combination of strength, presence, and intent. Collaboration with Rolex conveys a message that this generation's prosperity isn't simply about your victories, but how you carry yourself when you do. Consider the values of Rolex heritage. Timelessness and accuracy aren't buzzwords, are values, and Coco's. Her whole career has been a reflection of them. Calmness under duress, her self-control, overcome hardship, her capacity to endure, grounded despite the world's attempts to pull 1,000 different ways. That's not character, is simply talent. That's what Rolex observed. The company may have readily chosen a seasoned player with a longer resume, but they failed. They pursued Coco because she symbolizes anything that even awards cannot purchase: longevity. She is not a prominent athlete. She is a generational one, person whose tale will endure as elegantly as the timepieces she currently wears. And for that reason, this collaboration succeeds deeper than most people think. It's not a brand deal. It's a declaration of what greatness is important now, not the loud, ostentatious type that quickly burns out, but the methodical, consistent type that constructs a legacy one brick at a time. Poetry as well. Serena Williams once broke obstacles with her Puma agreement, a daring choice. During her time, Coco is currently walking that similar route, but in her own manner, she's rethinking the relationship between grace and power. Additionally, although some may refer to it as luck or timing, people who are familiar with her path recognize that it's the reward rather than neither of years of silent labor, unrelenting conviction, and an unwavering sense of who she is, as Coco doesn't simply symbolize tennis's next phase. She is that chapter, and Rolex by her side, that chapter just turned into timeless. The instant the Rolex social media with the announcement, the internet went crazy in a matter of minutes. Timelines were overflowing with videos of slow-motion images of Coco in her latest advertisement, swinging in the Florida sunlight, and that distinctive Rolex crown sparkling in the corner. It was dubbed historic by sports journals. It was deemed inevitable by lifestyle websites. Additionally, fans did what the internet excels at: transforming appreciation into amusement. Memes began to proliferate like wildfire. In one picture, Sabalenka looking at her wrist while writing the caption. Another joked, "Still no Rolex. Coco's time has just begun. Everyone else is superior. Set their timepieces." Even on Twitter for tennis, renowned for being brutally truthful, was unable to resist. Coco was signed by Rolex, since her time is now. According to one message, receiving thousands of retweets, part compliment, part lighthearted criticism. The way the internet expresses what everyone was considering it but was reluctant to acknowledge it. Coco had formally surpassed the sport, but beneath the humor there was genuine, a blend of deference, and fans might sense their jealousy, because when a contract is struck by someone as young as Coco, exclusive to legends, it compels everyone else to reconsider their position. She received more than simply a sponsorship. It was what the sponsorship stood for, because she had already attained a degree of impact that even major champions hadn't made contact. The response wasn't restricted to spectators as well. Players observed. Even celebrities were observed by journalists outside of tennis began reposting the video. All of a sudden, Coco was more than she was a world-renowned tennis player. The most absurd thing is that she didn't even must utter a syllable, whilst others were. Coco simply grinned without saying anything, shared a single photo of herself wearing. Observe and let the figures do the conversing. in less than 2 million likes. More than a day. That's serene assurance that silent command of the story merely increased the intrigue. The internet was applauding, laughing, conjecturing, but Coco was merely being Coco. Because you don't always need to yell in order to create sound. Must come and make the world aware of. You've been in charge for years already. The tennis community has been divided between two kinds of grandeur. Those who rule by brute force and those who enthrall with their presence. Sabalenka represents the initial unadulterated, fierce, sentimental, and a walking highlight. Adrenaline rush. Coco Gauff stands for. The second was elegant, refined, and unwaveringly calm. Both are remarkable, yet in the realm of. In branding, perception is crucial. Beyond performance, Coco is a good fit for the mold that Rolex had been anticipating. Instead of pursuing success, Rolex is pursuing image. The business doesn't appear to, for the strongest or loudest.